I guess we didn't find anybody in time. Co-host.
I mean that's all right for now.
I'll go pester Jugs later for a webcam
Yeah, do that.
because, okay.
Like, bro, we need you.
But we
Come,
need your face.
we need to see your mug on cam.
That's a rule. Unless you're all a no camera person, no rule person, I don't mind. But if you're on the camera with videos, you should be on the camera with live streams. Makes sense.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyways,
That's gonna be a big role, I guess.
I should be.
Yeah, we're live. You know that, right?
You see it on my channel?
Yeah.
All right, good.
See, I see Super Chris, T Belly, Matt Made.
Oh my gosh! And okay, let me go check up on the chat. Oh my god, I am so sorry, guys. Here, let me go say hi to every. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, see, everybody here.
Thank you for the support. Why is my hold on? I have so much tabs, freaking opened. I'm so sorry. Okay, I got everything right here. So hello, Switch Gang, Katana Riku. Don't call me Danny. Lazy James with that. Duck Hunt. Let's go. What? Nanji Senpai. Hi
All right.
y'all. T Belly, my dude. He does all these like big introductions. I can't think of.
Oh
it.
yeah. It's like the man, the myth, the legend, T Belly.
The man, the myth.
What was it? He goes in the building.
The man, the. I don't know.
The man, the myth,
I
the
don't know.
legend.
I don't know how to hype up stuff like that. Hey, Super
Wario's here
Chris
too.
and
That's like his whole thing.
Case Kirby. I haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Ooh, old head?
So, huh?
He's an old head?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He's cool.
All right. All right. Okay. So, hi guys. Welcome to the podcast. This is number 8. We're almost at the double digits. We're almost there. And in this podcast episode, we're going to talk about. Oh, Shifty's more going to talk about EVO, Hero Fighter, and how he's so random and broken. And we're going to also talk about the Switch revision. Now, the Switch revision we'll probably do first, so we could just have it flow like that. So we can't just go Smash, like Switch revision and Smash. So let's tackle that one first. All right, so yeah. Okay, so all right, the Switch revision just dropped like a week ago, and
That's pretty fast.
it was it's more of a shadow drop where it doesn't really fix, it's not like an upgrade officially, but it's an upgrade officially. It's like the new, no, that's a bad comparison.
It's a silent revision. Like they treat it like it's exactly the same, but
Yeah, they don't even
there's some differences.
they don't even say like anything on the box or anything. It's just a prettier box art.
You just kind of know it's the one because it's just red.
It's the one. So I've been watching videos on it, and by videos I mean one video. So I don't have that much research, but I should have put the link in the description. Oh, I forgot. I'll put it later. So
it was a Dreamcast guy's video, right?
Yeah. So check out his video.
So, there you go. Go to Dreamcast guy.
And then come back. No, I'm just playing. Stay here. He was basically saying that the only difference is the loading screen, the battery life, all that stuff, which has to do with how the CPU is used. So that's basically it.
Yeah, I know that the actual battery itself is pretty much exactly the same battery as the one that was in the Switch that we have now. It's just that the CPU is better, it's more efficient in using the battery, I guess. So it's just a better CPU, and it kind of makes these little differences, I guess.
So it's like when you when you upgrade, not upgrade. It's hard to find comparisons, man. So basically, they patched up a lot of bugs, cleaned it up a little, put a new box on it, and it said, here. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they'll just like get rid of like the old Switch and they'll just have like this new one, just because it's not like it changes anything. They're not treating it like it's a new thing. It doesn't really change much. It's just better for the same price. So it's
So
it,
if you're buying a Switch, buy one now. You're lucky. But for people who already own a Switch, don't go out of your way to buy one because it's not that big of a.
like the biggest
No.
deal is like what, like an extra hour. I think it's what, an extra hour or so of like battery.
Yeah, so it's not something to be like, okay, my old Switch garbage. Let's go get the other one because it's still $300. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, but the battery difference is a big deal. But like, if it was with other stuff, then you probably see me buying it. If they had like better hardware in general, not just like the CPU, then I'd probably be into it. But otherwise, I'm not spending $300 for a battery.
Yeah, though people make that argument, but then like pre-order 2 Switch Lights, and I'm like,
yeah, see, like okay, if you're okay, so like if you're a YouTuber, right, or you're someone who gets paid to like review stuff, I get it. Like that makes sense. I get it, right? But if you're someone who doesn't do that, and you're just like a casual consumer, and you are just like, I pre-ordered like 4 Switch Lights. I'm like, why? Like,
yeah, one
like
from
I guess it's like the collector, like the guy who wants like, I want one of every color.
I know this guy, who got the Pokemon one and a regular turquoise one because the Pokemon one was a collector, so it had to stay in the box apparently, and the turquoise was his second Switch, so now he has a Switch, a turquoise Switch Lite, and like a boxed in Pokemon Switch Lite, and I'm like, weren't you all the one who was saying that Switch is too expensive?
Yeah, I mean, if like the way like when it comes to Switch Lite, I get it to an extent. It's mostly just like I don't have the money to be a collector like that to buy one of every color and buy like the limited edition and like all that stuff. Like that's too much obviously for me. But I know I have friends who are collectors who do that sort of thing. Like they'll buy like one of every color. I had a friend of mine specifically who used to do that for the Vita. He has like one of every color of the Vita, and he just doesn't get rid of them. He wants to keep them in his collection. I know.
Anyways, so yeah. But since I'm not that reviewer who makes money, if you want to donate, the links are in the description. Do that, so help a girl out. Help. I don't know. But I'm struggling here. We're struggling. But, yeah. I don't even think that much YouTubers got, like, the revised switched. It was just like a select few, like maybe Spawn Wave when he like breaks the other one or something. I'm like, okay.
Like people like Spawn Wave, Review Tech USA, like guys like that who will do like those really in-depth like tech review stuff. Like those guys you'll probably see buying it, but then like the usual Nintendo YouTuber probably is not gonna buy it because they're more about the games than the hardware.
But then they'll buy 2 Switch Lights, but yeah.
I mean, it's turquoise. You gotta get the turquoise.
I'm waiting for the Animal Crossing. That's the only that's when I will probably break and get one if it had its Animal Crossing.
I could see that.
It could be my Animal Crossing handheld thing.
That'll probably be me if there was a Smash or Zelda version, or maybe even Fire Emblem.
Would you want to play Smash on that thing though?
No, I don't want to play Smash on it. I'm just talking about an edition.
People make much mock-ups,
because they make so many editions where it's just like it's Zelda themed, but doesn't come with anything Zelda related. It's just from Zelda, the design. Like if it's something like that, then yeah.
The Pokemon one looks weird. It looks a mix of cotton candy ish, and we have it's like blue. It's blue and that red that's kind of pink.
Like light red, I guess.
Yeah, and it's like, it looks weird. And then you have the 2 legendaries on the back. But
I think they did a 3DS like that before. I feel like I've seen a 3DS.
Yeah, there is one. For Sun and Moon, they had one.
Yeah, like I think they have like the buttons that are the colors, and then the whole Switch is like gray or white or something.
Yeah. So Uh,
See, drifting memory. What's
oh
good?
yeah, drifting. They said the Switch revised one is, uh, quote unquote, fixing the drift.
Oh, I was actually just saying hi to someone in the chat,
Uh,
but like that's a good segue.
oh, hello, drifting memory. Hello,
Yeah.
broke boy. Broke boy. We
Oh,
need to
broke boy,
have
what's
you
good, man?
on.
What's
Because
good?
you always have stuff to say. So,
Oh man.
yeah. Anyways, let's go.
Uh, but yeah, like I've heard that some people were saying that the revised Switch has like something in the Joy. I forgot what the issue was, but when Jugs was here last time, he mentioned like what exactly causes the drift, but I forgot what it was. But apparently,
You
from
could
what some people
fix
are
it.
saying, that's different in the new revised one. But I don't know if that makes sense or not because isn't that more a controller thing than a Switch revision thing? I don't know. It confuses me. I don't think it's different, but if it is, then that's cool.
I don't know. Just get a pro controller.
I mean,
That's my
yeah,
advice.
yeah.
Anyways,
Still though, you're gonna want your Joy Cons for portable games, you know.
if you're gonna buy a Switch, it's a good time to buy a Switch, and now you got an option for a Switch Lite. If you don't want to buy a Switch, and you're like me, who already has a Switch, don't go out of your way to buy this one because it's not groundbreaking or anything. So, yeah. Now you go, because it's Evo time.
Oh, Evo, Evo. Okay, so, so if you guys are not familiar with Evo, I guess I'll just give like a really quick summary of Evo. But Evo is pretty much just like the world's biggest fighting game tournament for like just a span of different fighting games. So as you can imagine, Smash Brothers is there and a bunch of other fighting games. Uh, lately, I think actually, if the timing is right, I think right after this podcast, they'll be having the top 8 for Smash Ultimate, so that way we can find out who's like essentially the world champion of Smash Ultimate. Right after this podcast, and I'll be streaming, watching that too. So I'll be all over that. And yeah, and it's not just Smash Ultimate. They also have like a bunch of different fighting games that are also on the Switch. Like I believe they have Mortal Kombat, if anyone cares about Mortal Kombat in here, or I know
Yawn.
Samurai Showdown's coming to Switch later, which is another fighting game that's being featured at Evo. It's just a
Um,
bunch of games. I think right now they're doing Tekken actually.
Yawn.
I know you're not
I'm
much
just,
of a sports type,
no.
uh, but like there is like a lot of fighters that people expected to get in there that either didn't make it or just barely got through, which is just surprising for a lot of people. Like myself included, I thought this one player MK Leo was gonna have like just like an easy way into the top 8 of Evo, and he just barely made it in because he lost to some other guy first. So
Oops. But
yeah,
how did he
even Bill
make it?
Trinen of even Bill Trinen of Nintendo tagged some of the pro players. He's like, "Where are you guys? Why aren't you guys in top 8?"
Wait, so the pro players for Smash weren't there?
They were there, but what it is that a lot of the ones that people thought would make the top 8 of the tournament, they got eliminated before that.
Oh, well, yeah. It can't be the
So
same people every year.
no, but this is the first Evo for Smash Ultimate, so it's
I like the
going
competition. The
yeah, like going off of how they did in other tournaments and whatnot. Like MK Leo is considered like the #1 player in the world right now, and he just barely made it.
Wait, who beat him then?
It
Shouldn't he
was
be the number one player?
yeah, he's like the #1 player in the world right now in terms of the
Yeah, but
PGR.
the person who beat him, who is he?
He I
That's
think it was a
why
Japanese player.
I don't like. It's like the people who are not like the known top players never get kind of the spotlight. So like that kid who beat the number one Smash player in the world, what was his name?
I'm pretty sure he's known, but just like I just forgot his name off the top of my head. Like I think
Yeah,
he was a Japanese player that came to Evo. Which, by the way, if you're not aware, for people in the chat, Evo is like located in Vegas, Las Vegas. So
Viva Las Vegas.
people came over. And by the way, this is the biggest Smash tournament period. Like I did a whole video about it, but like there's never been a Smash tournament in the history of Smash that has more players than this tournament currently did. or does, because we're at the top 8 now. I think I was over like 3,500 entrants.
But like, why don't we hear more about EVO? Like other players, more the social aspect, stuff like that. Because you only know like the top ones, and you barely even know them. I can't recall two.
Well,
Like
I
the only
think
one I know by like name is Zero. That's pretty much
I
it.
think what it is that it depends on like if you're into the whole thing in general. Because if you're not someone who's into esports, if you're not into
Yeah, I'm not, but like at E3, people like usually know what's gonna happen, who's gonna be there. But like Evo, and especially Smash, you only know the top players. Who are the people like lower tier or the ones who beat the top players still didn't make it, but you know, that would be kind of cool. So my
I mean
thing is, they always
they
highlight the same people.
I, that's not necessarily accurate because they do have streams for Evo at all times for players who get out of pool, and pools are like the very bottom of the barrel. But like once you get out of that, hell, a friend of mine, he was on my stream when I was first reacting to the hero. His name is Tim. Tim competed at Evo this year, and he was actually on stream competing on for Street Fighter, and that's the first time a lot of people got to see him uh, compete in the game in general. So it's not that people they don't put a focus on those people. Is that whether or not the people are interested in even seeing those unknown players? Because it's kind of like regular sports in a sense. Like, would you rather watch one of the most well-known basketball players of all time, or would you rather watch college basketball? Like, there's obviously more people interested in the celebrity one than the people who are just like building themselves up. If that makes sense.
It's true. It's just a question because I
Yeah.
always wonder who are the rest of the people? Because you hear about the same names over and over again.
If
And
anything, I can tell you that like the reason why most people know Zero is because one, he won the Invitationals, which is like even Nintendo puts a big focus on, and Zero used to be the number one Smash player in the world at 1.2. Most people now, Zero doesn't really compete anymore. He's more of like a YouTuber at this point in time. He's more of a streamer at this
that's
point in time. He
probably
hasn't really
why.
competed in a long time. And right
Okay.
now, the number one player is MK so he's like the name you hear of a lot these days when people are talking about Smash Brothers, along with like Tweak, Mars, Nairo, like people like that, or Samsora.
Samsora.
Yeah, Samsora is like number one Peach in the world. Has combos that never ends.
Peach is like OP, like secret OP. So just putting that out there. What's the prize?
The price it depends. I think it depends on the game. I could be wrong. Maybe there's like a set number or whatever. But I feel like there is a sort of like I think it depends on the game. But I'm not really sure. But it's basically like a monetary prize, that usual thing.
It's like, well, it's not like 3 million for Fortnite.
No,
That
Fortnite is
kid
like
is 16 and now he's set for like
Fortnite is like unprecedented. Actually, no.
playing a game. I'm like,
I'm pretty sure Fortnite is beaten by League of Legends. Like I think League of Legends pays the most.
yeah, but you know, it's probably hard to get like into Fortnite and get actually good because there's a lot of people who play it. So
True.
like,
Although because it's free to play, there's probably like a lot more people trying in general also because they don't have to pay like $60 to get in.
but you know that you gotta pay to at least get the basic stuff. Like I couldn't even change my character. I had to
Like,
play like
but what you're talking about are all purely cosmetic. Like, there's nothing in Fortnite that if you pay for it, it'll give you an advantage to win.
oh,
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like anyone,
maybe
like
I give that.
someone who never spent a single dime could be one of the best players in the world of Fortnite if they wanted to, if they were that good.
Yeah, but you don't want your character like in rotation all the time.
Yeah, Fortnite makes its money because the people who are that into it just goes like, you know what? If I'm gonna spend 200, 300 hours playing this game, I at least want to look semi decent.
Exactly. I don't want to be a bodybuilder and then some chick and then something else the next. No, I want to be, you know, my avatar. Anyways, so how long is EVO? Like you said, today was the last Smash. Well, we're
Yeah.
talking about in Smash terms.
Well, well, funny enough, Smash, like whether we were talking about Evo as a whole or Smash, regardless, that ends with Smash anyway. Smash is the last Evo tournament. They're the closing show, so to speak. Uh, and that's
Smashing.
yeah, and that starts at 10 p.m. So whenever that ends, purely depends on how long these players take to beat each other up. so
I mean, you you work fast, so imagine them.
yeah, but they're like best in the world. So like they're fast and they know how to do everything like on point. But at the same time, so does the other guy they're fighting. You know what I mean? So a lot of the times it's usually just like the two of them just
That
like
must be
edging in, just
so
like
like
come on, when do I get
tension,
it? When do I
man.
get it? When do I get it? And it's a
Yeah,
lot of like brain, like mind games
you
essentially.
won't see like a one-sided beatdown.
It's very rare this high up that you'll see a very one-sided
Like
fight.
they're all so close by like a freaking.
Right. Yeah.
It's like
It's rare.
it's nerve-wracking.
If there's a one-sided fight, then people typically are just like, "What the hell happened?" Like that's not you know that's not common.
Mm-hmm.
And like
So,
usually like when someone makes a comeback like that, it's usually pretty hype.
okay. Talking about hype and stuff. Not yeah. Talk about the hero character. And by the way, I streamed him, and I did not know his repertoire of freaking moves. So that's why I was getting bad as the game went on because I didn't get him more and more. I didn't even see
Mm.
the menu screen until like freaking in the middle of it. And
Did you
then
watch? Did
I
you
didn't
watch
watch
the?
anything.
Did you watch like his little character instruction video?
Nope. I just went
Oh, that.
in. Went
Okay, never
ham.
mind.
It was
Because
30 minutes, I think. That
it's
should
like
be
20, 22, something like that.
yeah, but that should be an indicator that he is like a weirdo.
Complicated.
So
Yeah.
like he has this all these moves and randomness, kamikaze, and I just like damn, that's why I was suck. Well, I mean I suck in general, but I was confused as to why I was losing. Or like if I blew up, I thought it was because there was an item next to me. Well, maybe I just got
Right.
the kamikaze.
Like Hero, I made a whole video talking about my opinions on Hero, and I think okay, depending on who you ask in the Smash community, they either believe he's a completely overpowered and broken character, or he's just good. Right? Those are like the two sides to it.
He's fun.
I I I personally sit on the side of him just being good but not broken. Primarily because in order to get the stuff that is extremely good about him, you need to basically like roll roulette essentially and hope that you get something that's perfect for the situation that you're in. Sometimes it happens, you'll see like the occasional. I've seen a bunch of like tweets where somebody had some crazy thing happen because they got lucky and they managed to get exactly what they needed. But that's not going to be the case majority of the time. Like
Yeah.
there was one clip in particular where some like there's a move called Hocus Pocus that's like one of the big moves that people were like complaining about being like broken or overpowered. That move can do anything. Like it can just like make you huge. You can just do anything. Like it can like hurt the hero. It can help him or whatever. And somebody got like a mega mushroom out of the Hocus Pocus spell, became big, did a side smash, and got the critical hit. And that is like instant death because of how much damage that does.
Mhm.
Uh, but the chance of that happening, I think, if I remember correctly, the math was like a 0.03% chance of that happening. That's very unlikely. It's just for that to happen by chance.
Yeah. So a lot of randomness, but he's a fun character. Don't get me wrong. If you just like want to have a hero randomness, everybody press down B to see what you get. Roll
Yeah,
it.
like in a casual fight, he's super fun. Competitively, he's still good competitively, but I don't think you're gonna see people using like the super random spells and
That's
whatnot. They're
too
gonna just focus on the
risky.
ones they know
Yeah.
because most of them are good. Just don't use Kamikaze and Hocus Pocus, and you'll be good. I think.
Yeah, I didn't notice that, and the people in the chat were like, "Oh, kamikaze." I was like, "What the heck?" Are they talking? This is why you do research before you go into a character, I guess, because
Like a new character.
I
Or...
think Joker was too simple compared to this
Joker.
dude. He has like so many costumes, so many spells, so many battle stuff. It's like, whoa.
Joker is straight up like, in my opinion, just a very easy to learn character because he doesn't get punished for throwing out moves. Well, I mean, he kind of does like any other character, but not as much as everyone else. If that makes
That doesn't make sense.
sense. Like, if you throw an attack with Joker, chances are it's safe. You can run away and still be able to do whatever you want. Basically, it's kind of like Yoshi in that sense, but they're both pretty good when it comes to that sort of thing. Just Joker's just better than Yoshi in general, in terms of like balance and whatnot.
Okay. All right. Well, we are in, I think, 20 minutes in. So, I guess give me a Q&A time. Gonna have to prolong it because this is a short stream. So, sorry I didn't come with a lot of topics because this week has been dry, like my wallet. So, I don't know. So, what games are you most anticipating these coming months? I have a question.
Well, I know for me, August is basically nothing but Astro Chain. Like
Okay, that's
there's
good.
nothing but Astro Chain coming out for me. Although September is the month that has a ton of games for no reason. They just do. They have what,
Because
Dragon Quest, Spyro,
Nintendo
Daemon
likes,
X Machina, Zelda.
they like to have one dry month, which is good. Like you get to recoup your funds, but then throw everything at you like one. And it's like chill, bro, chill. You're supposed to like trickle and stuff.
Yeah, they don't like to do
Like
that.
some seasoning. They have to be a chef about it. Like dash here, dash it there. Not everything at once. I don't know. Isn't that when the Switch Lite is coming out too? September?
Yeah, that is also, yeah. September is also when the Switch Lite comes out.
Feel
So
bad for the
everything
people
comes out
ordering
September.
too.
That's another reason why I can't, like, even if I like really wanted to Switch Lite, I still wouldn't want. I still wouldn't, just because of like all these games coming out September. It's just not ideal. I also did see like somebody mention in the chat a question, so I do want to get to
Mm-hmm.
that. It was a little earlier. It was a little higher up. Oh yeah, Drifting Memory asked me if I was participating in EVO.
He's
I was.
right there.
Huh?
He's right there, so I don't think
Yeah,
he's
Evo is
really.
going on now, so yeah, I'm not participating in Evo, but I did have plans to participate at Evo this year. I was going to take a flight to Vegas and everything and do that. I just don't have the funds to do so, so I wasn't able to go. I had to get like a new PC and everything. It just wasn't gonna work out. But if I can, I'll definitely try to go next year.
Okay. So, other question is, how do you feel about Ed Elgard being considered the most popular character in Three Houses? As coming from the Blue Lions, I don't see it. Well, because I haven't played her campaign, so it's pretty. The good thing about Three Houses is that each house has their own like story going on. So while you might be doing a house, you see stuff in a different perspective. When you play a different house, you probably get even more perspective. So it's like 3 games in one. There you go.
Yeah, and it's not like Fates where you have to buy 3 different games.
But yeah, that's good.
uh,
So
like I'm not
Blue,
far in Fire Emblem at all though, so
I
I
am
can't give
deep
too much
in
advice.
it. I'm like,
I've been wanting to play it, but then like I keep playing Dragon Quest Builders, so that's a thing. Um, but like the amount of time I did put into Fire Emblem, I do like Edelgard. I feel like most people picked her because they want waifu,
I didn't
but
pick her. I didn't even
yeah,
barely talk to her. So
I feel like most people, like most of the guys, I guess I'll say, like make it more specific. A lot of the guys I feel like picked Edelgard because like, oh, it's the only house with a girl. I'm gonna pick that one. But like, for me, I just felt like the characters were more interesting, so I just went for that one. And Edelgard as a character is just like she acts like a big sister type of character. Like she's always like watching over everyone, just making sure everything's fine, and like she's very strict with a lot of things.
typical.
So yeah, I mean, I think like a waifu like thing kind of helped in her favor, being the only house that's led by a girl. But like at the same time, she's not a bad character either, so it kind of helps out.
Okay, moving on. All right. Okay, let's go.
Oh man.
Okay, any other questions, guys? No spoilies, so let's go.
Yeah, we're not talking spoilers. No worries.
No, let's just get off the topic.
Can you customize a character in Astro Chain? I have no idea.
I don't even know the story. I'm just so hyped about a game I really don't know about.
I was already sold because platinum.
Yeah, thank you.
And the set, like it's the setting and platinum. So for me, I was like, you know what? Because typically when I'm sold on a game, I like to look at it like as little as possible, so I don't get any other information that I don't want to know.
Yeah, like I was hearing like OJ was saying that Astral Chain is gonna be the best platinum game, and I'm like, stop, don't talk. It's always gonna be Nier Automata. So.
If only Nier Automata was good.
Boy, get the freak off my show.
I don't know. I mean, I've tried it. Like, I've definitely played Nier Automata. I just didn't really get as into it as I was hoping I would.
You never know a person until they say such weird shit. All right. Well.
Thoughts on? Oh, okay. I see. T Belly has a question. Thoughts on Astro Chain Special Editions not coming to the U.S. Well, I wasn't gonna get it anyways, but it's still dumb because the way I look at it, like, why does every region not get the same edition?
Of what, Astro Chain? Yeah, they've been they've been getting pretty cozy with the UK. They get all the nice stuff now, and I'm like, all right.
Like the UK has been getting like better editions for a while now. I remember, what was it? I think it was A Link Between Worlds, like the collector's edition in the UK had like a little chest that opened and it had like the tune that played and everything. That was so much better than what we got over here. I don't know why it's like that. I wish that was just like a thing everywhere.
Yeah. We get a book and the game. Well, I get the game because I can't find the Dreamers edition because, you know how it is. I'm not even going to sweat it this time.
For me, I could have gotten the Dreamers edition, but my mind was like, I don't even want it. Like, I just don't want it. Like, if it was the UK edition, maybe, but I just don't care enough to get something that's just one book and that's it.
Alright. Hello, News to Astonish. He said, thoughts on the new Nintendo Switch extended battery life? Oh, we talked about that in the beginning. And will you get one? No, I won't. I ain't that kind of YouTuber. Just saying.
And yeah, same on my end. I'm not gonna get it. If there was more in it, like upgrade wise, then yeah, because that's something I want. But just buying it primarily because of a battery is not enough for me to spend another $300.
Though I am curious, like, what about the Switch Pro?
Well, depending on who you ask, like, it's either not happening or is happening.
It should happen. It should have happened before the light, but I'm not even gonna get into that yet.
The way I look at it, I think it's smart they did it after the light, because then, like, if they did it before the light, then the parts would have been like kind of, what's the word, like weaker or quicker, if that makes sense. Like they could at least like use better parts by the time the Pro is released, I think. That,
Mhm.
and it would be hard to market uh, having a stronger version even more so. Like, no, I mean, it would be hard to market like the light even more so when there's already like a stronger version out. It's easier to do it now when it is just like a base one and then a small one, I think. I don't know. I think it's also to try to help like keep up with, at least that's what a lot of people think, like it would be a thing to try to keep up with the next systems. Like it won't be as strong, but it will be at least like in the ballpark essentially to kind of keep getting the third party games.
All right. Well, I just want to say something. I am sorry that these podcasts are kind of scattered. I'm just, I'm learning as I go. So, you know, if you guys want a topic for me to cover, just let me know through Twitter, YouTube, wherever. And, chances are I'll like, okay, I'll have you on. But that's why it's kind of scattered and stuff. So it's not professional like a podcast yet. So this is number 8. So I've done this 8 times. And yeah, so what was that? Was that your end or my
It
end?
might be my end, yeah.
Oh.
uh,
So yeah, that's just like the gist of it. So this one's probably gonna be a little short, but that's just cause
I mean,
I
you
don't
could
know. I
probably
don't.
have like a whole dedicated like, oh, hit her up on Discord. You know, she has a Discord channel.
I have a YouTube channel. I have a Twitter. I have a Discord. I have an email. Um, I have my comments on my YouTube videos. There's a lot of ways you could reach me. I have an Instagram. Have a Patreon. Have a PayPal. Just say like, hey, send me $1 and say cover this if you can't reach me. So just like there's plenty of ways to reach me. So, or you could just tell me while we're here, hey, what do you think about this or that or this or that? But just letting you know, guys, that I'm sorry. It's like not. I'm starting, so
It will improve as it goes
cut me a
on.
break. I know. I just put more pressure on myself than anybody else. So.
Uh, well, let me see. Someone new so astonished is saying he was thinking of a name to call the supposed Switch Pro, Nintendo Switch Elite, or Nintendo Switch Supreme. Supreme sounds like it's something you'd get off a Taco Bell menu. Like I wouldn't call it that. Like for me, anyways. I think like Super Switch is probably something that sounds very, very basic.
What about? I don't know. I didn't like the Switch name when it first got announced. Maybe
Like
they
I
might
think it makes
call it
sense.
the Mega Switch.
I feel like this just sounds like Super again. Because I don't know.
The Super Switch.
Super Switch. I mean, they could do that, and I wouldn't mind. It just sounds like the generic way to go. If that makes sense, because they had Nintendo and they had Super Nintendo.
S Switch. S Switch.
This,
The Switch
I,
S. Switch
I just
S.
don't like they can call it whatever they want as long as they don't call it like the new Switch or something because that's just gonna be annoying.
Mhm.
Like
But
that just as a whole just annoying.
I think the Switch S is good. It can mean Supreme. It can mean Super. It can mean
I mean, that would
Spawn.
just be. I mean, if they call it Switch S, they're just basically Microsoft at that point.
Yeah.
Because they already like there's already an Xbox S. So.
You're desperate when you're scrolling through Twitter to look for topics.
Let's see. By the way, Shifty, when do you usually stream Smash Ultimate? I'd love to play against you sometime. Every Friday I do a stream on my channel where I play Smash with pretty much like anyone. And it's not just, obviously not people.
Oh! Hey, I think it just froze out of nowhere. That's what I forgot. Yeah, I think Shifty is frozen in time. But yo, guys, I forgot to tweet it out. I was like, there's so many people missing. But I forgot to tweet it out. That's probably why. Oh my. Yo, is he gonna stay frozen in time, or is this just like...
Can you still hear me?
Oh, here you go.
Are we good?
Um, you kind of froze for like a good minute.
Then that was odd. Are we good? Right?
You're a little jaggy.
That's odd.
Alonzo Vines, hello. I was just talking about you when I was talking about the person who was like buying a Switch Lite and then buying the Pokemon Switch Lite. I was just talking about. Okay, you're on.
I'm good now.
Yeah, you're good now.
What is happening with Discord?
Anyways, what I was saying is I forgot to tweet my stream out. You're good.
I'm just
You're
staring
good.
at myself like.
You're good.
All right. Oh man.
Would you have like?
I lost my train of thought now. I was saying something and I totally forgot what I was saying now.
You're like in a different dimension or something.
Oh yeah. I was answering drifting memory. Yeah. I was saying on my channel every Friday I have a Smash Fight Club thing. To play with people and whatnot. So if you're interested in that, come through on one of the streams. I think my channel is in the description. Yeah, it's in there. Yeah, so you just go to my channel and we have one every Friday, so you can
What
come
do you
to
think?
it. Games or whatever.
I at least link people in the description.
Oh, you want me to link it too? I can do that.
You can do it in the chat if you want. Anyway, so we're going to prolong this Q&A a little bit more because I didn't tweet out my podcast, so
I think that was.
I'm not greedy by that way. No, you're not greedy. I wasn't saying it's just like you're a collector. It's just something I wouldn't do, but since you're a collector, I get
like
you.
to be fair, like if I had the funds and space to be a collector, the one thing I would collect is portable systems, just because I think they're just interesting to me. But like I don't have that now, so I can't like just do that. I also wouldn't collect one of every color. That's just me. But that's
He's
just
broke.
Yeah, like I would buy like if I could, I'd buy like a Switch Lite, a Vita, a PSP Go, a Wonder Swan, and like all these like portable systems, just because they're just super interesting to me. But that's kind of it for the most part.
Yo, Shifty, your what's the word?
What's up?
Your skills are wanted.
My skills. Lazy. Oh, I'm still learning Smash. Can anyone join, or is it for people training? Anyone, like, if we're talking my fight club, that's for like people who just want to like play some games and fight just in general. But I can probably do something for training. Like I tried doing a video series for that, but I haven't really continued it since I started it. Maybe I should do that.
All right. How far are you in Fire Emblem Three Houses? I'm too far, so I'm not gonna say anything more.
For spoiler reasons, but let's just say she's pretty far. She's pretty far. A fair amount of hours have been put into it.
Like almost 50 plus.
Yeah. So.
In like the span of 3 days. What am I doing with my life?
I think that's a very fair assessment. Yeah, I mean,
it's gonna be so hard to do a worth the buy without stepping on spoilers, though.
Yeah, I mean, you could just say something like, "Oh, the story is good," say why you like it, like, "Oh, it's impactful," right? But you don't have to say specifics.
The story is good. Okay, moving on. Gameplay.
Woo, and there you go. For the sake of that, or you can have like, because I know like sometimes some like reviewers will have like, "Oh, skip to this time if you don't want any spoilers," and then like you click on it and then they like, oh, no, not you click on it, but like they just have to skip to that time in the video or whatever.
Nah, that's not my jig. I don't do that.
Well, then just avoid the spoilers altogether. Then.
Yeah, be like, it's a good game. Buy it.
It definitely is.
Take my word for it.
Well, is this the worth to buy already? We're getting an early preview.
Might as well. I mean, again, the story just, you can't talk about it without talking about it. Especially
I mean,
when you
that's why I
have
say
three
like
different perspectives, and I've only played like one, so.
that's why you could just say like, oh, it's good. It really tugs at the heartstrings. It's impactful. It's you use all those buzzwords, use all those words that like mean that give the idea of why it's so positive,
It's
and
a
then
JRPG.
it's a
No said.
JRPG. That's
Well,
just
not kind of. Anyways, Nintendo Talk. Why do you guys think Nintendo didn't make a Switch Lite dockable? I think they didn't do that to further emphasize that it's not a Switch, and because they were so annoyed by people saying they just want a portable console that they were like, here's just a portable console, now shut up. And yeah, that's why. So, you
I
all got
think
yourselves to blame. I'm just
I
playing.
think they did it for two reasons. I think one, they did it because it would like make the cost cheaper because they wouldn't have to put a dock in the box with it.
But
They wouldn't have to.
they could have just not put the dock.
Yeah, but even then, like they still have to put to make it the first place, like the everything. So it would kind of like alleviate some of the cost, not a ton, I'm sure. Like again, I'm not a hardware expert, but like I would imagine like that does make it cheaper just to remove
I
that
don't think
feature. Um,
removing. I think he frozen. I think he froze in time again. Um. Oh, there he is. He's back. But now he's gone. But I'm just going to talk about that. I don't think it's to cut costs with the dock because the dock is the simplest thing um to put. They even sell the dock like sold separately. That's how easy it is to just dock it and have something to be docked. I just thought it's more about the concept of separating the Switch from a portable Switch. And is your thing good, Shifty?
but
Uh, you're kind of freezing, stopping, freezing.
oof, I don't know. I
All right, well, while he's stuck in the ninth dimension, as I was saying, the dock would have been easy to put. It's just more the concept of it didn't want to be um, like the Switch, because then people would be like, oh, that's like the Switch, and then it'd be like, oh, duh, it's like the Switch, because you could take the Switch off the dock. So you can't have a dockable Switch Lite because people are gonna say, oh, it's just like the Switch, which that's basically what it is. It's just like the Switch. And okay, so I'm gonna go back into this again. People like Alonzo Vines always say like, they're giving people options. That's kind of limiting your options because you're taking away a key feature that gives you more option, and that is to dock it or not dock it. So I don't see why that's giving you more options. That's just giving you more, I guess, incentive to buy a Switch Lite if you just want your Switch docked or anything, but that's not giving you more options. It's further limiting the options, if you ask me. So, because then a person can get a Switch Lite with the little mini light dock and put it on. No, they have to keep it handheld. That's not more options. So, that is the key. Like, one of the, if anything, I want to get to people who like are for the Switch Lite is that it does not give you more options. It just gives you more stuff to buy. And that's not giving you options. That's giving you more stuff to buy. So that's just why is Shifty. Hold on. Is he okay?
I'm not sure what's
Are
happening
you
on
are
my.
you like Gucci guy? You're like coming in and out.
You like okay? Can you at least?
I can't. I could barely hear you. Okay, I can see you move. You're a little bit blurry.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on either. To be honest.
Anyways, as I was saying, Nintendo Talk also said, I also think it would have made the Nintendo Switch useless. I mean, exactly, but it's small. That's what people wanted. Now people are saying it's more options. When like, no, you're getting something that's less options. You're good, Shifty. You're good. Don't act too confused.
I'm very confused.
You were coming in and out. So we're pretty much talking about the Switch Lite and the option to dock or not dock.
I mean, I do think that it's partial cost. Like, it does make like if you remove something from like something, it's just in general gonna make it cheaper, whether it's a lot or not. It just does because you're just not using it at that point.
Mhm. But it's like, why?
Why? That's the thing. Like, I think the only like when people say like there's choice in the matter, I think they're just referring to like it's you have a choice to make not spend as much money and just get this cheaper option. I think. I think that's
Yeah,
what the
but
people are trying to
it
say.
just
And why they
people
didn't make it dockable, I
people
think
who
it's
say
just.
that often are going and buying multiples of the same
I
thing,
mean, I can't speak for
and
those people.
like it's option for okay if you whatever. But the thing is, the Switch could do all that. Isn't that more optionable? Like,
I mean, if
gives
you're
you
talking
more
in,
variables to work with, not just on handheld.
well,
And
that's the thing. Like,
the fact that
if
they
you
just took away dock mode, they could have just easily put it there.
if you're talking in terms of someone who does value all of the things the Switch does equally, then yeah. But a lot of people don't. There's a lot
That's
of
the
people who,
thing. There's a lot of people who are gonna get like bad experiences on their games
but
because they
that's what
don't know.
I'm trying to get at. Like,
You try
some
to
people
play
don't care
like
about docking their Switch like
Breath
at
of,
all.
Breath of the Wild looks so much better on the TV. Smash,
Yeah,
you can't even
and
play that thing on
yeah,
friggin'
I
Joy Cons.
agree, but
And also, when you want to play with friends or something, it kind of limits the option. The only thing gives you an option is to buy something cheaper, which they could have done without shrinking the thing and like stripping it from its core feature. Because if that's the only thing that differentiates the Switch from the Switch Lite, then maybe the Switch Lite is not such a good idea because the Switch could do it probably better.
I mean, that's the point I'm trying to make is that in your opinion, like Breath of the Wild looks better on a TV. For some people, they don't probably just do not care about whether or not they want Breath of the Wild on their TV. There's probably people who don't value that part of
But
the
the
Switch,
thing is, there's an option. You could take off the Switch from
or
dock,
they can get the option to spend a lot less and
but
not
that's
get be
giving
able to
you
care about
one
it.
option.
Well, that's not giving you one option because
You
why did you
can't,
buy it if you didn't want those options?
but you gotta put into account, the Switch, people like a handheld, but they do dock it sometimes. Or they want to stream it, or they want to record videos with it. Something, they want it docked. So it's kind of a case where the people who already have Switch probably want to buy it because whatever, the people who already have a Switch and have a YouTube channel probably gonna buy it because they got money or they're collectors. But as a like an average consumer, that makes no sense because then you're like stripping a feature. It's like
Yeah, but the average consumer doesn't care is the point.
the
The
thing
average
is
consumer
so
doesn't care about like a lot of like if they didn't already own a Switch, some of them probably didn't do it for a various amount of reasons. Maybe some of them did it because it's too expensive. Maybe some of them did it because they don't like certain things that the Switch does as it is. Maybe they
yeah,
want certain
but
games.
it's
I don't know,
like
but if they make
why
a
don't they
cheaper
take
Switch,
why don't they make a cheaper bundle? Like, oh, okay, it doesn't have a dock. Ta-da! You got
because that
fifty
doesn't
dollars
really
right there.
solve some of the issues that the
There
Switch
is
has.
issues with the Switch, but it's issues that a light cannot fix. The light makes it worse, or it just doesn't fix the issues the Switch already has, like the drifting or whatever, or like the underpowered or whatever. It doesn't fix the Switch. Doesn't really add value to the Switch family. They kind of emphasize the devalue of it, like we're gonna take out this and this and this and this. That's
Well, that's kind of the
woohoo
point because the
features.
Switch Lite is not trying to be like an improvement. It's trying to be
Yeah,
the
but
cheaper alternative.
it's like oh, they were highlighting features that there is no features. who does that?
That's the point. That's quite literally the point.
That
that's
is
what,
like
That's why the 2DS is what it is.
Oh, like only Nintendo could get away with such foolishness because
No,
I don't want to
Xbox has a digital only Xbox.
I don't want to step on anybody's feels or anything. I'm a Nintendo fangirl. I'm in the community, but some of y'all buy anything Nintendo gives, and that's why we get some foolishness like, oh, we're going to take the Switch and just shrink it. And the only thing that makes a difference is the docking, and it's cute with turquoise.
I mean, I see what you're saying in terms of like, yeah, there's some people who buy regardless, but I don't think the Switch Lite is one of those bad ideas that is a result of people buying whatever. One of those like
it's a
like,
bad
if
idea.
Switch Online,
it's a bad idea.
Like I'd agree with you if it was like Switch Online, because Switch Online's garbage.
Yeah, but I've said it like the Switch Online and the Switch Lite are on par with like.
I don't see that.
Why is this?
I think Switch Lite is just a normal day-to-day thing that these companies do. Especially like technically speaking, I would say like the Xbox One S all digital is the worst version of like.
I don't think like people like to compare the other consoles when it benefits them. And that's not how, like, oh, you can't compare the PlayStation to the Switch. Oh, but let me compare the PlayStation to the Switch when it benefits my argument. I've seen that a lot, and it's frankly really annoying because it's like, no, you can't just whip out arguments like that. That's not how you have a disagreement or a debate. Because not once have I talked about the Xbox or the PlayStation. Because quite frankly, they're uncomparable from the Switch. Nintendo.
Okay, so even if we don't compare like the other competitors' consoles, we could still compare with Nintendo themselves because they've done it for years too.
Yeah, but why is the online so bad? If they've been doing it for years.
The online is bad because Nintendo just sucks when it comes to online anything. And
yeah, that's a fair assessment.
I just don't think Switch Lite is anything like that. I think it's like a neutral. I'm like neutral on it. Like I'm not excited for it. I don't think it's amazing. I'm not buying it. But I don't think it's like the worst thing ever. I just think it's just there. It's just like a cheaper alternative for people who don't care about it.
Like I wouldn't recommend it to somebody just because it's cheaper, because you're gonna get like some dumbed down version of just a game, which is basically just a handheld version of every game you get. It's the handheld version. You have to play handheld with Smash. You have to play handheld Breath of the Wild. You have to play handheld Xenoblade 2, and that one doesn't work really well handheld at times. So it's like there's a lot of things the Switch needs to fix, and I just feel like the Switch Lite just makes the Switch look more bad, if anything. Because yeah, they're cute and they're small and portable. But so is the Switch is portable. A lot of people like say, oh, can it fit in my pocket? No. I'm a chick. It can't fit in my pocket. That's not a fair argument because the majority of the consumers are females too, so you can't really say, oh, well, it can fit in your pocket. Oh, it can't. My pockets can't even fit my phone.
That's kind of like... I guess what I'm trying to say is that I'm looking at it from a perspective of like the casual consumer who's not like into gaming as much as we are. Because like if you're into Nintendo as much as we are, chances are you already own a Switch. And the way I look at it, there's really little to no point in buying a Switch Lite if you already own a Switch. But I'm thinking about like the people who don't own a Switch and probably want one, but they don't want to spend much. Because like I have friends now that they don't own a Switch just because they don't want to spend $300 on it.
And to that I say like, just invest into a Switch.
But no, that's the difference. It's not that they can't afford it. It's just they don't want to spend $300 for a Switch.
Well, then don't.
That's the difference.
Buy it.
And that's what I'm trying to get at. Like,
if you don't like that much for a Switch.
Some people don't value what the Switch does as much as we do.
Yeah, but the thing, okay, you're talking about casual consumers.
I'm about like
whoever
the market
that is
in general, like casual, like random people who don't look at things as much as we do. Basically.
So yeah, I know. I buy other electronics, and I like to look at what I'm getting more bang for my buck. So if I look at the Switch and I look what the Switch Lite is gonna do, I'm like, well, this one limits my options. I don't get to play my games on the TV, or when I don't get to play with other people, or, couch co-op, because that's big. And casual consumers, they like couch co-op stuff because the families and all that jazz. But um, you can't do that with the Switch Lite. You're gonna have to buy everybody a Switch Lite. Like it's like a deck of playing cards. Like here you go, here you go, here you go. Like
I
no.
think the thing is, I think casual, like I don't know, I feel like these days more people don't really do couch co-op as much as they used to.
You can't say
What I
that
do like
now,
is
because casuals or people who have like a life or maybe friends or whatever. Not saying we don't, kind of, but they like to play couch co-op because their friends come over or somebody else. They live with other people, and they want the ability to put it on the TV, show people, play with people. You can't do that on the light. It's mostly like a lot of people are saying, "Oh, it's for kids," but kids can't co-op with another kid. Oh, but they gotta have a Switch Lite. Well, then you gotta find your friends that have money or like who have the Switch Lite. So when you're looking for friends, ask them, "Do you have a Switch Lite?" Because you can't.
I think what it is that we're both coming from at this from like two different like perspectives, because I think you're looking at it from a very like quality perspective, while I'm looking at it more from like a market perspective. Because like for me, I'm pretty like I know like talking to like the average like person when talking about their phone or like talking about different things. Like there are some people out there sure that they want to spend as much money as possible to get like the best thing possible. But there's also people I know who they don't care about wanting the best version of what they have. They just want to get like they just want to get it, if that makes sense.
Hold on, let me go
So
to the comments. So Matt May says casuals are the market. Yeah. Alonzo Vine said, if you're in the military, you on deployment a lot, the Switch Lite is great because you have limited space to carry things. Now that's a situation I don't know, like personally, but the Switch is not even that big. The regular Switch. That's
I
just
think
you're gonna have to carry the charger and the games. Same thing.
from what I understand, because I've had some friends like in like different. I don't know if it's the same thing, but they're like in the Marines or something. There's like a very strict and specific like limit. So I don't know if it's
Yeah,
something
but
like
it's not that big of a jump where like the 2DS and the Switch. It's just a little bit smaller. But
yeah. I just figured that if you're in a situation where you have to be super strict with your weight limit, I guess like
I don't think the Switch would be like your go-to like, oh, you're a little bit an inch too tall. Like, oh, oh. But like I said, I haven't been in that situation. If you have, well, thank you for your service. I appreciate it. But, I don't see how that makes that much of a difference where it's like a game changer. And wouldn't you want to play with your buddies or something? I don't know how. Okay, I'm gonna stop that because I don't know that perspective, so I'm just gonna look so bad. Anyways,
yeah, I'm not really sure either.
there are plenty of people who don't play co-op. Yeah,
Yeah,
there are plenty of people who play co-op. That's
I
the
feel
thing.
like
There's a choice.
the thing is, I feel like these days the majority of players just play online. That's how I feel because
But we're talking about like the casual market.
yeah, even including the casual market. The Call of Duty is a huge franchise because of casuals just buying it and playing online.
But Nintendo is like the one kind of developer who takes into account couch co-op because there is a market for that. They even suck at online co-op. Would you want online with sucky online? Like, come on.
I mean, regardless, like if you're playing
How you gonna
online
put
games
your
on Switch, it's ass.
you
Like just
can't
regardless.
stick a LAN adapter on that thing?
Even with a LAN adapter, Switch Online is still pretty garbage.
Yeah, so
Like to be fair, like it's still pretty garbage.
Nintendo Talk says it's great for games coming out like Animal Crossing and Pokemon. I just can't justify losing all those features to save $100. Exactly.
Yeah,
You're
that
missing
that
out on so many options to just have a smaller thing that looks cute. You could just
like I
get.
said, I don't like the light. I just think like the
I
light is
know,
just
but it's like I've
it's just their way of trying to lower the barrier of entry.
that's pretty low.
Yeah. Like they're just trying to make it like as accessible as possible. That's pretty much all it is. And like I said, there's some people that like I said, I don't agree with it because I want a lot I want a more, you know, bigger, better version of the Switch rather than like a cheaper version. But I know there are gonna be people out there who don't care about any of that stuff and they just want to spend as little as possible and get it.
When you buy a phone, do you go for the phone with most features or the one that's cheaper?
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on like the person, right? Like the
Ex-
budget and all
but most people go for the phones with more features. You know why?
that.
Because you're getting more value. You're not gonna buy that little flip phone on the side that's $10 a month. No, you want to get a nice phone because you know that's what you're gonna use a lot, and that's basically your Switch Online, and
That's a good analogy.
that is a very good analogy because
Because that's like saying
that
like, oh, why would you
highlights,
buy a Switch when you could buy a Game Boy?
but that highlights the way actual consumers think, like me, that we don't just buy what's cheaper, we buy more things that are more built for longer things. So like the Switch, oh, you
Yeah,
put on
but what
TV,
you're
you could take it
saying
out, you
is
could do whatever.
that
That's
you
how
weren't.
exactly how people go in and buy a phone. They don't go buy the cheap flip phone, do they?
But your
No.
comparison doesn't make sense because you're talking about two completely different models, like several decades apart from each other. Like that
But
doesn't.
even there, if there's a cheaper method that looks like the
No,
iPhone,
but
like
what
I
the
have
point
right
I'm getting
here,
at, the point I'm getting at is that if somebody wants a Switch, like if they don't want to spend that much money, like if the lowest barrier for entry is like $100 or something, for like any version of like the 3DS for example, you have a version of the 3DS, the 2DS that's like what, $80. That thing still sells and they still make new editions of that thing because people are buying it.
but the
Why?
thing
Because it's
is,
the
I want to
cheapest way to
say
get a
like,
3DS.
okay, I have the iPhone XR, so it's the simplified version of the X, because I didn't want to pay $1,000 for a phone.
Mm-hmm.
But I ain't gonna pay $12 for a cheap phone either. I went for a good medium, and that's what my phone is, a good medium. And the thing
Mm-hmm.
is, the Switch Lite is not a good medium. It's you're stripping away a lot of the features, a lot of the quality of games, everything, so you could take it with you when the Switch is already portable. That's the biggest thing that kind of boggles my mind, is that people forget that the Switch is portable.
I don't
You
think
could
people are
take it off
forgetting
the
that the Switch
dock.
is portable. I don't think people are forgetting the Switch is portable at all.
And it
I just
has
think
more
that it's.
battery with the new Switch revision. So
I mean, yeah, now,
what
yeah.
is the case? Like,
I'm just saying that the lower barrier for entry is like a big deal for some people. And I know like some people, like I've seen like someone mentioned in the chat earlier that the dock was $100 separately. One, it was not $100 separately. It was actually like $70 to $80. And when they did make a dockless version of the Switch in Japan, it was 250. So it wasn't necessarily that. It's not as simple as like they'll remove $100 from the regular Switch and just not have a dock on it, because they wouldn't do that anyways because Nintendo's not that kind of company. Like
how do you
Nintendo
know what
doesn't
kind of
sell the,
company they are when they're
because they've said it themselves in
but
investor meetings.
Nintendo has been a lot of type of companies for a long time. You can't just say, "Oh, they're not that type of company," because you don't
No,
know.
no, they've done it for over 20 years and they've said it in investor meetings. That's not like a new thing.
No,
Like
no, I've been a fan of Nintendo for a long time, but I don't go off saying that's what their
but
company is
they
for, because I
themselves
don't
have
know what
admitted
it.
to it.
But I don't
They
know.
themselves have
They
said it.
don't even know because times changes.
They have went on record multiple
Now we
times and
have
said
like
that they sell systems
three.
at a profit.
Yeah, but now we have
They don't sell at a
three.
loss.
But now we have like three different portables, and we're in this mess. It's kind of a unique take because Nintendo has never tackled anything like that. So you can't say, "Oh, this is what they've been doing," because obviously it won't work with the Switch, because there's so many variables that are not like the past. Like online, oh, they're just doing what works, but it sucks. It
Yeah,
sucks.
but in that case, they weren't doing what they were doing before. They actually regressed in that case.
Yeah, but they're
because
regressing
they had
now.
better online on the Wii U, which is
But
weird.
my
Like,
thing is, you can't just say, "Oh, that's what Nintendo is trying to do," because we don't know what they're
I
trying
didn't
to
say
do.
that's what they're trying to do. I said that's what they always do. Like that's like what they've gone on record saying that's what they do. It's not like I'm making an assumption. I'm basing it off of their own words.
Yeah, but no
Like they,
company wants to make a loss. That's
yeah,
not.
but
That's not
but
something.
PlayStation and Xbox do that. Like
You,
they sell their systems at a loss.
well, they have better quality, so you got to take into
Well,
account.
that's why, because they're willing to take that loss. They are willing to. I don't know how much the loss is per system, and it changes
And
every
that
year. So
is
we don't know,
like
but
the the whole issue was like, why can't Nintendo fans expect quality? Or if we get some quality, at least add to it, add some innovations. But no, the Switch Lite is just taking all the innovation and simpling it to a handheld, which you could already do with your Switch. By the
yeah,
way, in case you didn't know, it's not
that's why I'm
glued
saying
on your dock.
it's about lower barrier for entry. People saying like, "Oh, it's for kids," or "It's for that." Like, I don't believe in any of that bullshit. What I'm talking about is purely just like Nintendo is trying to make the Switch as like affordable as possible. And how do they do that? They remove a bunch of the things. And since they typically have been a company that likes to make their systems like with profit behind it, not for loss or anything. That's why it's still the way. Like it's the price that
But
it is, and that's why they keep moving it.
The PlayStation 4 sold over 100 million, 100 million
Yeah, yeah, 100
copy,
million at least.
100 million units. So
Yeah.
obviously they're not at a loss.
No, but that's not what I'm not saying they're losing money making the PlayStation 4. I'm saying like for every PlayStation they make back when the PS4 first came out, I think they were making like I think it was like a $50 loss. Like it cost more to make the system than it was they were selling it for at the
Yeah,
time.
but there
But they
was
made the money back through like games and subscriptions and like that kind of stuff.
exactly,
And over time it got cheaper
and
too.
it has somewhat of quality to it.
Yeah, and it
So
was
my
cheap.
thing is like, yeah, I get Nintendo's probably scarred by the Wii U, but you gotta take those risks and innovate on the stuff you have, not just take off features and just to say, hey, there's a Switch. And the funny thing is, they have the same library as the Switch already, so any game that comes out might be geared towards handheld only, or TV. So they're probably gonna gear towards handheld because that's what most people have. If everyone gets, like, not everybody, but the Switch Lite sells good and it's doing good, they're probably gonna gear the games towards a handheld kind of version that's a dumbed down game, pretty much.
Well, the thing with that is like the version that would be handheld would be exactly the same as like a regular Switch, because the Switch
But
they
you
don't need
can't
to make like.
improve.
What do you mean?
You can't, like, improve. Like, let's say the Switch has, like, they're thinking about a game for the Switch or whatever,
Okay.
but it runs better TV or something. They're probably just gonna disregard that and go to the handheld because they know, people have Switch Lites and you can just play the regular Switch handheld. So we're probably
That
gonna gear more games towards the handheld scene because handheld games and console games are different in some ways. Yeah, Nintendo has bridged the gap a little, but they're still kind of different. Like, even when you're playing a game that, like, feels like it should be handheld on your TV, you're like, this game should be handheld, and vice versa. Because I don't play Breath of the Wild handheld because it just feels weird. I put it on the TV because it's like a console game, like
right.
a TV console game.
The point about like them focusing on a portable version, that's the thing is like I'm pretty sure most of them already do that as of now, because they kind of have to make it. They have to make sure it runs like period like portably on the system, right? And then when they put it onto the dock, that's when the Switch kind of goes into that alternate mode to make the game run better. So I feel like regardless, they're gonna have to do that anyways, because then I don't think
No, they could have been, because my thing is the Switch Lite should have been a 3DS family. Should have been a continuation of that. Not this Switch, wannabe Switch, I guess, that can't switch. Because now we have the same library as something that's only handheld. So put that in perspective, that now they can't say, okay, It might not run handheld that good, but dock mode, you get this and you get that. Now they're gonna focus a lot on handheld mode, and that's not good when you're trying to make a home console experience or even a hybrid experience, because there's clearly going to be a difference. Because you're gonna have to play that game on the Switch Lite. So if they would have made it as like an extension of the 3DS and it has its own library of games, then that would make more sense because it has its own library of games, give people more reason to buy it. Maybe your 3DS games could work on it, something, but not make it like a Switch, crutch or something. Like, oh, we have this thing crutching around. We can't really innovate because then that's half the people who are gonna just get this dumbed down version.
But you also can't really innovate sticking to an 8-year-old system. Like I don't think the solution would have been to continue the 3DS line, because I think
that would have been the best option because it revitalized the 3DS family.
But the issue is no one,
and it
like,
further
they don't want that.
But it further has a gap, so more people have incentive to own both of them. I don't have the incentive to own a Switch Lite because I have a Switch and they have the same library. It doesn't make sense.
But would you do that for the 2DS then? Like, what? That's what I'm getting at. Like, I don't think the Switch Lite is not marketed for us because we already own one.
If it's not marketed for us, it's marketed to make money. So it's marketed for everybody. So you can't say it's not marketed for us or do this because that makes no sense.
Just because a product exists to make money does not mean its target demographic is everyone. Like,
yeah, but the way you're saying
hope everyone buys one, sure, yeah. But if they're targeting specific people that they know don't own something, then they're gonna try to get those people to buy it. Like, yeah, they obviously any company would hope that you buy, like, everything they buy, everyone on the planet buys it, sure, but I don't think the target demographic is like the entire planet, essentially.
No, it's not. But that goes further on your point. Like, okay, they're in it to make money, sales and stuff. It's targeted mostly to everybody. So what they wanted to do is pretty much, kind of focus target on the casuals. But now we have to have games that are tethered to handhelds only.
I don't.
Do you not realize? Do you not realize how big that's it? Like,
because that's not a thing. That's why it's not a. Like,
it's not a thing now.
They're not. It's not gonna be a thing. Period. Because if that was a thing, then why do we have games that run on multiple different hardware? That's like a common thing. That's why scalable engines are a thing.
Yeah, that's right now. But now we're gonna further be tethered to this little handheld thing.
That doesn't. I just don't see that, because if that was the case, you would have like a lot of games that are both PC and console just not be on console, primarily because they want to only make it for like the stronger system, or they only want to make something for the weaker system. I just don't think that's the case. They're just gonna scale it between the two models.
Yeah, but I feel like one's gonna suffer because of the result.
I don't think either.
And it's gonna be the home console experience because Homeboy thought the Switch was a little too big.
I don't think it's gonna. I really do not think it's.
I don't even think Nintendo even likes the Switch Lite. The whole announcement video, they were probably like, "Here, stop complaining." And Player One Muggy said Nintendo always has a plan. That's not true because the Wii U, that wasn't planned. So.
I just don't. I really do not think games are going to be affected at all.
I feel like they are, but only time could tell.
Yeah,
I could say I told you so here on my podcast.
I guarantee you, it's not. You're not going to see games run worse on the original Switch because of the Switch.
Oh no, because they're going to be optimized for the Switch, handheld Switch. So we're not moving up, people. We're moving down.
That's one of the most like. At least to my knowledge, I'm sure there's another engine.
Have you played that game handheld? And to me, it didn't look like completely garbage, but there's a clear difference.
It looks like maybe like slightly better docked, and that's it. Like docked and
I'm just saying, or am I just?
It's just a lower barrier of entry that they're willing to make, or whatever, and I don't believe games are going to be affected at all because engines have been scalable for quite some time.
Yeah, but you've seen games that don't run as good handheld versus TV mode.
Yeah, but that's going to be the same like on the light, which is again another point like in the quality like side of things. Like I agree, like that's one of the
Then
reasons
we're
why I
gonna
don't
have
care.
to optimize more games for handheld, not optimize
But
more games for
that's
TV
what I'm getting
mode.
at though. The mode that the light uses for handheld is the same mode that the original Switch uses. If the original Switch has a game that runs awful portable, it's gonna run awful on the light, unfortunately.
Yeah, but shouldn't we want something better? That's the whole crux of the
Yeah,
issue. So all y'all are settling for mediocrity up for Nintendo when they could do way better.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
just
I'm
me. I've
sure.
seen it in a lot of instances, and I feel like the one Nintendo fan who just kind of hates on Nintendo, and that's not the case. I want them to do better because I want more quality for my games. I
I
want
mean,
more things
I,
for my game, and
I've,
going backwards is not the way to go.
I mean, I've had my fair of rants about like many things Nintendo has done with a lot of like their decisions, but I just, for me, the light is just like I just don't care. Like
You
it's
don't
not
see
a
it now, but I see like how it could be a problem, especially when it has the same library as a Switch. It should have been an extension of the 3DS.
I did.
Makes more
I'm gonna say
sense.
this now. Move on from the 3DS. The 3DS was a great system, but it's not like their future. Like it's just
It
not.
could have been.
But they don't. I don't think they want that. I think they're hoping that the Switch is their future.
No, because now we have everybody with the same library of games when they could have been making double with different library of
But the
games.
3DS had the same library games when they did the 2DS. That's why I don't get that argument.
Because
To
the
be honest.
2DS and the 3DS are like, extensions of each other.
Yeah,
This
and
one,
all the 2DS did was be a cheaper alternative with the
yeah,
lack
but
of some
it's
of the
a
features.
handheld. It's a handheld console. We're talking about
Okay.
a home console hybrid thingy going to a only handheld console for a
Okay.
console that's already handheld. Where the 3DS at least had its own features, its own things. The 2DS was kind of extension of that. They kind of refined it. They could have kept on with that, but now we have basically an overabundance of portable systems and nowhere like the only good thing about the 3DS and 2DS is they have their own games. That means they
They
make
have the same
games
game.
geared. Yeah, they do have the same. Don't come at me with that. I have enough people saying that I know they have the same games.
Okay, so what's the argument here? That's what I'm understanding. Because the
Because
2DS and 3DS have the same library, and so does the
the
Switch.
Switch has
And
a
then
different library. The Switch has a separate library from the 3DS. So, you know, it has more incentive to buy a 3DS because you get to play other games. It's optimized for that system, not optimized for a Switch hybrid thingy, whatever. It just further complicates everything. And they could have kept the 3DS family alive and kind of, revised it, put the fancy touches, and actually put Switch games that run on it. Because they kind of did that with the Wii
I
U.
there's no complication. There really isn't. And I'm just saying, like, I don't think they want to continue the 3DS.
Yeah,
Like
but a
maybe
lot of
like if the
people.
Switch would have failed, then yeah, you probably would have seen them continue the 3DS. But since the Switch is like just a proven success at this point, I think they're trying to move on from the 3DS, which is why you don't really see that many like brand new first party like 3DS games as much.
Exactly, and that's a shame.
But that's not because they don't that they're doing
Because
that on purpose. That's deliberate. Like, they're not doing that
yeah,
because
but it's a
it's fine.
mistake. I'm not a businesswoman. I don't know, but just my intuition is saying, why would you do something so stupid, Nintendo? You could have kept your family of systems going, both of them, have it different so people could buy a 3DS and a Switch like I have. Because I feel like there's value in the 3DS or 2DS because of the games. And they're different from the Switch. And it's not hindering either or. The only thing that might happen is like, development issues, but that's pretty much it. They're not.
Okay, like I said, I agree with the whole like I don't like the Switch Lite in general in terms of quality and whatnot. I just think like the whole argument of like
Phones are
it's going to
six.
complicate development. It's just not a that's not going to be a thing.
Phones Phones is a successor to 3DS. I don't know.
I
Phone is
mean,
not a successor to 3DS.
mobile gaming is super popular, but I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather just play a Switch, you know, or even a 3DS. Like, I still like. Don't get me wrong, I like the 3DS. I'm not trying to say like, oh, they could kill it. I hate it. I just feel like, you know, they're not making games for it because they don't want to.
I got you, Player One Muggy. He said, I think making the system as small as they did is quite the innovation. Okay. It could have used the same technology that is in your phone. Nintendo, step away from the phones. But nobody will want to pay $1,000 for a gaming device. No, they don't. They dumbed it down. So you get a dumb system.
I think like the only gamers who are willing to pay $1,000 are like PC players who want like the you know, pretty good PC.
Yeah, so
remember when the PS3 was like what, $700?
Mhm.
That was no one bought that at first. I think like the first 2 years they had like a lot of trouble.
They could have done a lot to the Switch to make it cheaper, but not making like a only handheld Switch. Stupid.
Yeah.
They could have.
I'm sure there's like other alternatives and whatnot. I think just their mission overall was just to.
They'd rather make mobile games than care about keeping. Don't say that, Alonzo Vines. Don't come at me with these mobile games. You know how I feel about them. They're trash. They're trash. They're trash. Don't equate Nintendo with trash like that. So.
I hate having to say this, but he's kind of right.
No, he's not.
Because they're still making mobile games.
Yeah, and they're trash. When you have to put gas in your.
We're not talking. When he's saying they rather make mobile games more than they keep 3DS to Family Live. That's kind of true because they've come out with more mobile games than they have come out with 3DS games.
Yeah, why did they make the Switch like it's mobile?
That's not what we're talking about.
Yeah, but the thing is, it has nothing to do with the 3DS. The different types of the games. One has microtransactions every 5 seconds. The other one doesn't, and has quality, and has actual full games.
Yeah, but we're not talking about the consumer.
Oh no.
Here, we're talking about like Nintendo making more mobile than 3DS in this regard.
Yeah, but that's not something to be good at. All y'all.
No, I'm not agreeing. I'm not saying I like it.
No, but people like you in the Nintendo community always settle for the mediocre or say, "Oh, it's because of this," and that's an excuse. No, I know that you have to be.
How is me acknowledging the fact that Nintendo may or may not like mobile games right now? Me being okay with it.
Hold up. Let me talk. So, I don't feel like a lot of people are settling and saying, "Oh, it's because Nintendo is doing this." That doesn't give an excuse. You can still be upset. We've seen time and time again where where consumers speak out and they actually change stuff. You know that rarity that happens when people actually talk and change something. It's beautiful, right? Yeah, but we don't get to see that a lot because all of you guys, I get it, you want to be realistic, but you guys are settling for something that's not realistic.
I don't think it's right to say that people are settling just because you don't agree with it. That sounds like not a good, I don't agree with that. I'm saying it is kind of accurate because they have come out with more mobile games than they have come out with 3DS games. That doesn't mean they're settling. That doesn't mean people like it. It's just how it is.
Yeah, but
Nintendo doing what they're doing.
Exactly, giving them an excuse.
Just how is that me giving? I don't even play them. How is that giving them an excuse?
But this is talking about mobile games, not the Switch.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's them doing what they do. I don't like it. I've made it clear multiple times I don't like it. I don't see how that makes me say I'm not giving them an excuse. I'm saying they're doing something because they want to do it. That's not an excuse. That's just saying the reality of the situation.
But it's not nowhere near.
I'm not saying it's okay because they do it.
It's nowhere near a 3DS successor.
But no, I'm not saying it is.
Who wants to put gas on the freaking Mario Kart run? Come on, guys. That's stupid. Now.
Yeah, but you're taking two different comments and putting them in one.
Because people
were
I'm not
saying it is a successor.
Let me talk. Alonzo Vines was the 3DS is a mobile game successor. Well, the mobile games are a 3DS successor. That's not true. That's
Yeah,
two
that, yeah.
different things. Once
Yeah, that. But that wasn't the comment I was
once
responding to.
there's nothing there to equate that they're the same or a successor. If anything, I wouldn't. No, the mobile games on for Nintendo are not even, to my knowledge, like Nintendo games. Like I wouldn't classify the Mario Kart on the phone as a Mario Kart entry
Like,
because
point
that's
is, like,
stupid.
me saying I agree is not to do with the first comment. I was talking specifically on the second comment where they were saying like they're more interested in making mobile games than 3DS games at this point.
That's
And while I
bad.
don't like it, that is true.
Yeah,
They
but
have come out with more mobile games than 3DS games. And
but
again, I don't like it.
that's
I'd rather they
not
don't
good.
do that.
Why do
And
they
yeah,
keep making it?
because unfortunately, and again, I'm not the person who's putting money into it, but unfortunately, there are people who do, and those people are the ones who are giving them that pass. But I would say like people saying, what I say basically, like, oh, I don't care for it, but Nintendo are doing it anyways. I don't think that's giving them an excuse. I think that's a bit much.
Janjin, I am not being childish. I've repeated myself time and time again about my stance on this whole mobile game or Switch Lite. I don't like it. It's not me being childish because I have my reasons. I'm not just saying it because, why I can't have it. No. So, don't start with that. Anyways, like Alonzo Vine says, I don't settle if there is something I don't like, I just won't buy it. There is so many other forms of entertainment to enjoy. Yeah, but I get what you mean, but what I mean is something impacting the market where it becomes the norm. Like mobile games, it's starting to impact console gaming, right? The microtransaction, all that BS. It's leaking into the actual gaming now because it's become so big. That's what I don't like. I don't like the future ramifications of focusing on mobile games, getting rid of 3DS, all that, because that's a bad gaming future that I see that I don't want to be part of, quite frankly. And that's why I'm so strong on my no mobile games. I hate them because they're changing the landscape of console gaming. And
I have a question, just not like as like a bad question, just like to better understand like your perspective on it and whatnot. How do you feel about games that are free to play?
I don't like them.
You don't like
I,
them either? Okay.
nope.
No, because I was asking because like a lot of like microtransactions as a whole started because of a free to play game that first introduced them, and then once mobile games like, because I think like when mobile games first started, they did the Mario Run thing where you spend like a little bit of money and then you get the full game.
Yeah,
But then
because no one's there to kind of regulate it.
yeah, yeah, to an
Because
extent, yeah, because
people,
the Google Play Store is like full of a bunch of shovelware and garbage.
yeah,
But
like
like they like
they're easy to
microtransactions came from
make.
like free to play first,
They're
and then it went to
easy.
mobile, and then
They're easy to make, and they make a lot of revenue. That's why a lot of companies are looking at that. So that's why I say the precedence of mobile gaming is kind of impacting console gaming because now we have developers making games for mobile, and you all know mobile they could get away with microtransactions because it's mobile. No one's there to say, hey, that's not right. That, no, because it's free to play. That means, you know, we could, like, my thing is with free to play games, you could oftentimes just pay for the $60 game instead of just free to play because then you get more like incentives to spend more than $60. And like it's just stupid.
okay.
So
No, yeah, I don't have a problem with that. I think if anything, from the way I look at it, I just think the 3D, like the successor of the 3DS, it's not that it's mobile gaming. I think that's just Switch at this point. I feel like I don't know. Maybe I'm like in the minority, but I feel like Switch and Wii U, because it's a hybrid with the Switch. I think it's just kind of like conjoined in a way, just become like the successors just to Switch. But when it comes to like mobile gaming as a whole, I'm not big on it. It's a thing. I don't play it. I don't put money into it. The most I'll play a mobile game is like out of curiosity, I'll try it out, but I won't put any money into it. I'll just
Yeah, but a lot of
Don't
people
have
say
that.
that, but they do a lot. They do make money. Like Fortnite,
Oh yeah,
be
definitely.
as it may, it's a free to play game, yeah.
Yeah,
But
but it makes
it's like the
ridiculous money.
most, yeah, it's the most lucrative game ever. They had nobody pay to play, and that's kind of the key. And that's why a lot of people excuse microtransactions in those games because hey, we didn't pay for it. I mean, to me, I'd just rather pay $60 for a freaking game, or
Hmm.
maybe DLC when it comes out. That's it. I don't want all these microtransaction BS. Like, who enjoys that? Like, who
I
enjoys
mean,
playing a game and then having to stop because you don't have enough whatevers? That
I don't
would
know.
piss
Like
me off.
I could see the like appeal for some free to play games. Like I know somebody in the chat brought up Warframe. Warframe feels like it should have costed like actual like money,
I'd rather buy it and have a
but
package.
it's a free to play game instead. Uh, like I said, like I've played a fair share of free to play mobile like those kind of things. I've played a few of them. I've l- dabbled, but I've never actually put like money into like a mobile game or anything like that. You know what I mean?
That's what a
Uh,
lot of people say.
yeah, but the
And I'm
thing is,
just
like,
like,
clearly there's some who do.
blink, blink, blink. I know you do.
Me, I
No,
definitely don't.
but like free to
Oh,
play
okay, yeah,
games, not okay. Mobile
yeah.
games, it's like gamers universally don't like mobile games.
Like, and then you have like the term whales, right?
Yeah, where
Like, there's people like that. You know,
I'm like, where are the people in my stream? I don't have a whale. Like,
like you have
I
like
don't get
people,
it.
especially like it's even worse in was it? I think China is it?
Yeah,
Like China has the worst because like there'll be people who spend like thousands of dollars on like a
and the
mobile
game
game.
quality is not even good. You've
Yeah.
heard like how bad mobile games could get. They just slap on a familiar face and well, there goes
Hmm.
my wallet. Oh, Farmville. Oh my god, that thing was.
Is that like more of a Facebook game, or is that? I
Yeah,
guess
it
that is a
was a
mobile game too, right?
Facebook game. It's so old, and damn, that I made many mistakes as a gamer in that thing.
Yeah, I think I don't know, like free to play mobile games are something that I treat them almost like a demo. I'll like play them, and then once it gets to that point where it's like, hey, you should spend some money, wink wink. I'm like, well, that's time to uninstall.
I mean, I haven't upgraded my Pokemon Go pack because I'm not gonna pay.
Yeah, like I've never like I actually when I used to play Pokemon Go, I would just like take a long walk instead of like spending money.
Yeah, I try to figure out ways so I could do it in the game without spending money, like upgrade a pack. No, you're gonna have to buy it.
Yeah, and at least like
I
I'll
was
get
like, okay, I'm off this. I'm off.
like I'm
No.
not big on free to play games like that, but I will give some of them just a tad bit of credit. The ones that give you in game like the currency people use to like buy stuff with their money or whatever. Some of them do give them to you like pretty sparingly. The ones that do that are better than the ones that don't.
Yeah, but they give it to you sparingly so you could stay, and then the
Yeah,
cycle
but that then
continues.
that yeah then that's them trying to kind of like
Cause
what's the
okay,
word?
if you're into a game on mobile, you don't want to stop every 5 minutes because you run out of something. So
Yeah,
chances are you're gonna be like, okay, let me pay that 199 for the 12 gold whatevers,
yeah,
and
that's what they're hoping for. Like they hope for like your self control to basically be
they
overridden
know
by like the
gamers
game.
do not have self control. I know because I don't have self control sometimes.
I mean, actually, to be fair, like you can argue when it comes to those games, you do though, because you don't partake in it like that.
Yeah, I don't. I draw the line with mobile games.
Yeah,
I
but
would buy a
like
game multiple times, like Dragon Quest 11. I played
yeah,
it. I'll buy it for the Switch, but that's just because I have no shame. But I won't put money into a mobile game. Not
I
even
mean,
Animal Crossing Pocket Camp have I put a dime into that game. That's why I'm so
yeah,
like behind.
like that. I think that's where the difference is. I guess like some people. have that like self control to be able to play a mobile game and not put a dime into it. But a lot of people don't, and that's why like you have was it like there was like a U.S. legislator, a government official person. I don't know. I don't care about government like that. But the point is, like, there's someone in government who's like trying to change how like loot boxes are like ran, if that makes sense. I think it has to be
Yeah.
like 18 plus or something. It's
But
the
that's
idea.
like they're still there. Doesn't matter. That's when people have the most no self control. When it's not when it's their money. Now they make money. They're 18 plus. If it's the parents' money, they're probably like, I can't really do that. So it's
I mean, it's yeah.
the
Like I would
whole.
say this though.
It's
Like
like the whole
yeah,
mobile game kind of formula leaks into console games, and then that's when because we realize, hey, I paid $60 for a game. Why the freak am I getting notifications to buy something? Like, no, I just want to play my game. That's the thing. Why can't mobile gamers expect the same quality? Do they not know what quality is? Have they played a game without being asked to buy
like
something? Without
my
ads everywhere? Oh my god, it's so
I would say like
bad.
my personal theory. I have nothing to base this off of. This is like my personal theory. The people playing and paying for microtransactions in mobile games, I think, are not the same people who play
I,
AAA like people like us, like enthusiasts essentially.
I would rather give them a Switch Lite. That's like leaps and bounds better.
I agree, it is.
You
It
pay
is a lot
once,
better.
you play one time for a game, but here's the catch. Just play, you pay once. Maybe some DLC, that's it. That's it. All the grinding is in the game. I don't know. That's just me though. I don't know. They haven't played a proper game
no, I
probably.
agree. I agree. Like it's not something I would do. I just have like my mindset is just like every time I go on Twitter, you have me, you, Dreamcast guy, like all these other like people who are like enthusiasts on this whole thing talk about how much they hate mobile games and how much they hate microtransactions and all that stuff, but then they still make money off of it. So I'm like, there's no way it's the same people. Either it's just not the same people or everyone's fake and everyone's buying it on the down low. I know for myself, I don't. I'm pretty confident, judging by your reactions to mobile gaming, that you're not. But like, it's still making so much money for whatever reason it is.
Because that's like the questioning part. What game on the mobile is so good? I I have not once come across like an actual good game for a mobile title that's not developed by someone who makes console games that's actually good. Like who like the only game I have on my phone pretty much is Bejeweled, which I don't
Mm-hmm.
pay. I just it's Bejeweled. Solitaire, that's it.
I have.
Remember the times when your phone had pre-loaded games on it? That's like Snake or
I think.
Solitaire.
So looking at my phone now, the
Uh,
only mobile games I have were mobile games I tried out for videos that I've done in the past that I just forgot to uninstall. Like I still have the Mario Kart like beta alpha thing and
but
stuff.
people are like, okay, mobile games are easier to make. They can make us profit while we make other games. That's like a slippery slope, people. Goes all downhill from there.
Yeah, I mean,
Then you got
these
like
companies, they're just like,
Blizzard announcing some Diablo thing on the mobile.
oh,
And
that was awful because they were like teasing, like, oh, imagine if Nintendo was like the next big Zelda game's coming. Get ready, guys, you're gonna see it at E3. Get ready, and then E3 comes and just like, Legend is on the mobile.
I would cry. I would cry.
Like,
Not
like
good
that.
tears. I would.
Blizzard was they did the dumbest
No.
thing when it came to that. Of course, people would be mad.
Yeah, so like that's what you get as the end result. So like I'd rather them take their time on a game or whatever. I mean we're already strapped with so many games coming out. I... Okay.
I don't know. Like, I guess like the moral of the story is mobile games are not awesome,
Yeah.
but people are buying them anyways. So
Well, at least I like the Switch Lite a little bit more.
I mean, if you had to pick a lesser of two evils, right? Like, like if that's the idea.
Yeah, so
Man.
that's pretty much okay. Well, Shifty has to get to his Evo.
Did I freeze again?
No,
Oh, I thought you said I froze. I was like, what?
no, you have to what? Don't you have to go to your Evo thingy?
Yeah, Evo is coming up in. Well, the Evo top 8 for Smash is coming up in 10 minutes. So I'm gonna be streaming on my own channel, watching that. So I guess if you're interested, come through to my channel and we can.
Okay. Pokemon Masters. Well, it does look awesome. Epic AF. I'm not getting it.
It's a gotcha game though, so.
It's a gacha game, and I'm not even going to touch it. The promotional anime was awesome, but no.
They're trying to rope you in, Mandy. Don't fall for it.
All my favorite character. They're trying to get you with the nostalgia, man. Ugh. Like, you see all those characters, and you're just like, I remember her and him and what? You too? Oh my god, we got a battle for greatness. Red? What? Oh. And then it's like, no. You gotta do one battle, and then you gotta pay to, like, some stamina stuff or something. Anyways. So this went into a weird direction. But, you know, good debate. I'm not salty about anybody. You guys all have your opinions, and I respect that. Especially Player One Muggy and Alonzo Vines. Thank you for your comments. No hate here. It's discussion.
Just a heated discussion about
yeah.
a few topics here and there.
Yeah, so. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to wrap it up here. Where can they find you, Shifty?
They can find me on my channel at I am Shifty, or you can follow me on Twitter at Shifty is me. I'll be streaming in I think legit 10 minutes.
I am Shifty. Shifty is me.
Yeah, because Twitter would not let me have I am Shifty, which come on Twitter, let me have that.
So there's an I am Shifty out there?
Yeah, I apparently. You're gonna get curious and look who that is. Find out who that is.
Anyways, you guys know where you can find me. Help this channel by leaving a like on your way out, or dislike if you didn't like what I talked about. But you know, we Gucci fam, we Gucci. And so yeah, with all that being said, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and ring a ding ding that bell. So
Is that a new thing now?
no, I the bell has been there forever.
No, I'm saying the ring a ding ding part.
I have to make it interesting, man. I can't just say, like, subscribe, like, comment, ring ding ding that bell. No. At first, I was like, be like, what was his name? The Hunchback of Notre Dame, and ring that bell, but I don't think a lot of people got it. Yeah, that was pretty bad. So, ring a ding ding that bell, and make sure your notifications are on, and yeah. All that. Oh my god, YouTube makes you say like this whole checklist of things before you peace out. Anyways, take care, guys. Hope you guys have an awesome night. Bye.
Take care, guys.